counselors don't understand the divorce process. They can't support them outside of counseling. Divorce isn't a legal crisis, and it isn't a mental health crisis. I think you can see now that it's an all-encompassing life crisis. And this is the first time that divorce is being openly addressed in the workplace. This is the first time that there's a solution to come alongside your employees and help them. This is the first time that your employees have a resource where they can go so they can make better decisions, stay out of the brain fog, stay focused, and keep being productive both at work and at home. We have solutions for both the employer and the employee, and we're an ally for both.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Vicki Townsend, and I'm the founder and president of Divorce Right. And we are an HR training company around the process of divorce. And it's for any HR professional or company supervisor that leads people and has their nose to the grindstone and can see, firsthand what goes on. And then the second thing that we do is we provide divorce coaching and case management, providing guidance and direction to your divorcing employees that they so desperately need. And I want to introduce you to the amazing Gail Nankervis. She is a certified divorce financial analyst and a credentialed mediator and an HR benefits consultant here at Divorce Right. Gail Nankervis is a dynamic and accomplished divorce professional who has made significant contributions to the field of divorce and corporate health and wellness. With a wealth of experience and a passion for excellence, she has established herself as a leader in the divorce industry and a role model for others to follow. From her innovative ideas to her tireless work ethic, Gail's dedication and commitment to her craft have earned her recognition and respect from peers and colleagues alike. She continues to push the boundaries and set new standards in the field, making her a true inspiration to those around her. And together we tackle the biggest disruptor in your company, and that's divorce. Hi, Gail. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Hi, Vicki. Thank you for that amazing intro. I think I'm blushing, and that doesn't happen very often. So thank you.
I'm glad you are.
I just want to say I'm so excited to be part of this team because earlier this year I was doing my BHAGs, big, hairy, audacious business goals, and I wanted to change the way that America gets divorced. That was my big dream, was how can we change America getting divorced? And then you and I met, and that's exactly what you're doing, Vicki. You have come up with a solution that up till now everybody's been ignoring because companies think, well, it's not their problem, it's not their business. But Johnny's in the bathroom crying. And so like, oh, darn, there he goes again crying, or Sheila didn't come in again today. And these issues have been going on for years and years, affecting productivity, affecting morale. And finally, thanks to you creating this, being a visionary, we have a solution. And I can't even tell you how excited I am to be here with you today so we can share this with our listeners, and hopefully we can get out there and change more lives and make this really crappy process a whole lot better for
Isn't that the truth? And I just want to remind those people that are watching with that need SHRM credits. If you are a member of SHRM, the Society for HR Managers, we have credits for you, and we'll post a link at the end of this broadcast so that you can grow those. So today we're going to be talking about this brand new benefit for employers that solves two problems. The first is with your employee going through it with a financial and emotional toll that divorce causes them. So we manage that process for you. And the second is for you, the employer. We bring you a calmer, more focused, and more productive employee. And this benefit is a win-win for employers everywhere. So we hope that you guys will take advantage of what we've got going, for you, and that this is something that will make an impact on your employees. So thank you so much for being here today. So now what I want to do is I want to share my screen with you so that we can start this presentation. And there we have it. So thank you guys so much for being with us today. We're going to be talking about who we are, what we do, and why this matters to your company. So we founded Divorce Right to mitigate the impact that divorce has on corporate America and government agencies and the millions of employees that go through it each year. So a little bit about me. My name is Vicki Townsend, and I'm the founder and president of Divorce Right, and was the founder and CEO of the National Association of Divorce Professionals. And it is my mission to make the divorce process a kinder and gentler one for those families going through just the difficult task of ending their marriage. In my many years in this industry, I discovered how much the divorce process cost corporate America and our government agencies. So we're here to bring an awareness of a crisis in the corporate world that has yet to be addressed, and that's divorce in the workplace. Divorce costs companies billions of dollars each year and wreaks havoc on employee morale. So what I want to do is I want to show you how you hemorrhage money through a divorcing employee. And we want to tell you a little bit about the 3 simple products that we have. The first one, and Gail's going to go in this towards the end of this presentation, but the first is Manage Right. It is divorce and awareness sensitivity training for your HR managers and your team leaders, anybody that has a direct report. The second one is for your divorcing employees, and that's Plan Right, your Better Divorce Blueprint. It is a masterclass consisting of a book, a workbook, and an interactive virtual course. And then there's our highly customized product called Resolve Right. That's one-to-one live divorce coaching for those that need, or desire some extra personalized support. So let me show you how companies are hemorrhaging money by way of a silent operating expense that many companies, maybe yours, may not even know that you have. A recent study shows that the average divorcing employee loses 40% of their productivity during their divorce. And this begins approximately 6 months before they file for their divorce and lasts through the life of the divorce and even beyond. So let's see how big this problem is for a company with 10,000 employees. So here is the emergency broken down in dollars. And I know this might get a little confusing for you. So if you have any questions, we can go over this. You can email us and we can directly address your questions. So let me show you how we did the math that you see in this on the screen here with just 10,000 employees. And approximately 3% of these employees are thinking about a split. They're planning it. They're going through it. They're dealing with the uncomfortable issues of a major family matter after it's all over. But particularly, when there's issues with children, and this includes families that are in a domestic partnership or common law marriages or just not legally married. And according to Pew Research, 1 in 4 U.S. parents are unmarried. But they face many of the same issues: the emotional head spinning, child custody and support, dividing assets, including home, businesses, and investments. And we've included those people in our calculations. So for productivity, we've used the average salary according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics of $58,260. I think that we can all agree that you must create more in value for your company than you cost. But we don't know how, to do that with individual productivity. So we've taken just that average salary as that they're bringing in zero productivity above that. So on a low end, that is $17,400,000 in total productivity. So that's what they bring to the table, assuming they don't make a dollar for the company. And using that 40% loss in productivity to account for all of that emotional head spinning, missed time at work, and all of that stuff that comes with it, we're looking at about $6.9 million in lost productivity. And when we say lost productivity, it's not in the form of, paying an invoice. It's not this kind of money. It's completely invisible. And we haven't even discussed the replacing of the 10% of divorcing employees that quit. So that adds another $2.6 million to this equation. So we're talking about, for 10,000 employees, we're talking about a loss of nearly $10 million, $1,000 per employee. That's what this is. That's what's happening with the disruption of a relationship in your company. So ignoring the problem has been the problem. Until now, divorce has always been a private matter. We don't talk about it. It's they're getting a divorce, right? And because there really hasn't been a solution for this, employers could kind of get away with ignoring the problem, or just, that's their business. But also, now that you know that what's happening here, it's not their business anymore. It's really your business. And we really would be happy to have your company as a leader in the industry that is making a change for your employees. So when somebody either decides or finds out they're getting a divorce, we just kind of assume that they know how to handle it. Divorce is this incredibly labyrinthine institution designed by the very people you have to pay a lot of money to get you out of it. And it's the only service I can think of where there's not only no incentive to get it finished, there's actually a financial incentive to keep it going. And not only that, when you leave your attorney's office after your initial meeting, he or she knows every penny that you have, both liquid and long-term investments. And that brand of you better get a shark or I need a bulldog, and most times that's the worst decision you can possibly make, because once you go down that path, the gloves come off and the conflict begins and the communication instantly breaks down. There are 5 different ways to divorce in this country, and litigation should always be a last resort. There are additional stressors that are going on right now that are adding to, the divorce numbers in this country. That includes COVID, inflation, and politics. Yes, divorces are caused by the political and polarizing state in our country right now. Even if you have your children vaccinated or not, it's really been a very big problem. So you saw ABC Corporation's results. Those were super substantial. But the Harvard Business Review did a review for all of the United States, and it shows that divorce costs U.S. businesses as much as $150 billion a year in lost productivity. This does not include the study they did on the cost of presenteeism, which we will be talking about shortly. So I wanted to go over some misnomers about the divorce process, because this to me was counterintuitive. Maybe it will feel counterintuitive to you. But first marriages, 50% of those end in divorce. And I think that's a well-known statistic, but 67% of second marriages end in divorce and 73% of third marriages end in divorce. And this is really significant because those second and third marriages, those are your middle management, your seasoned and highly compensated employees. They are your high-level decision makers, your C-suite executives, your irreplaceable subject matter experts. Those people that hold your intellectual capital and institutional knowledge in their heads. These are employees you want to hold on to. The guys that wrote the book, one of my favorites, Freakonomics, found that divorce is contagious. And it spreads between friends, siblings, and here we go, coworkers. An employee who is considering a divorce is disruptive, right? They go to the water cooler and they start telling about, going to the bars and going out and dating. It quite literally spreads. And so do its related problems that we'll talk about next. So what we want to do is we want to be that sounding board for your divorcing employees so they don't take it to the water cooler, so that we can limit that spread. So I want to take you through the 5 largest impacts on divorce in the workplace so that you can have an idea of what you can do and how to recognize some of these things. So the first one is pretty self-explanatory, and that's absenteeism or missed time at work. Typically, a PTO bank or a sick leave bank is about 2 weeks here in the United States. This is nowhere near enough time to cover sick and divorce-related meetings with legal representation, attending court hearings, or to cover missed, time at work while they're getting used to a new family schedule, especially when there's children involved. These absences, they're mostly not planned, and they cause a big disruption in a team's productivity. And this is where our customizable family leave transition policy comes into play, which we teach companies about in our Manage Right solution. And we'll talk about that in detail later. Second, we have lowered productivity. Divorce and stress are synonymous, and studies show that stressed employees lack focus, bring down morale, they miss work meetings, they run in late, or they make costly errors. And this impacts their performance and their results. Stress and depression are another cause of lowered productivity, typically presented in divorcing employees. It will reduce the ability to function, impairs judgment and overall job performance, and this leads to safety issues, mistakes, and accidents. This affects everyone and every job. So picture your account executive maybe missing client meetings or missing deadlines or forgetting important details, or an assembly line worker, somebody who's distracted, can easily make mistakes that injure themselves or put the product's integrity at risk, or your individual shop owner whose livelihood relies on their showing up 100% every day. Presenteeism, the law, this is a big one. Harvard Business Review reports a year-long survey of 29,000 working adults. The research team calculated the total cost of presenteeism in the United States to be more than $150 per year. Presenteeism,
150 million.
billion with a B, dear.
Billion.
Billion with a B. Presenteeism is far more costly than illness-related absenteeism or disability. Researchers say that presenteeism can cut individual productivity by a third or more. And unlike absenteeism, presenteeism isn't always apparent. It does not show like a common illness. They're not blowing their nose. They're not, wiping their nose off, right? The person, and if you can think divorce here, they really present as fine. And emerging evidence suggests that relatively small investments in screening, treatment, and education can bring substantial productivity gains, and that's where we come in. Another one is increased sick leave. Stress directly correlates with increased sick leave. Stress symptoms include depression, headaches, fatigue, insomnia, and this is not an employee you want showing up at work without this proper support. The Journal of the American Medical Association just last year reported that depression set U.S. employers back some $35 billion a year in reduced performance at work. And certainly, divorce is definitely impacted by depression. And the fifth one is a big one. It is resignations. 10% of divorcing employees quit. But what I want to share with you are the top 3 reasons that they leave so that you can do something about that. Because I know that retention is really important during this climate. So we want to teach you what the reasons are that they leave and then how you can support them. So the first reason that they leave is they felt like they were unsupported and disconnected from the company during their divorce. So if you remember, I talked earlier, that survey in HR Magazine in the UK found that 79% of employees state that their divorce and relationship breakdown had an impact on their ability to work. Again, 57% of those claiming that they did not receive the required support from their employers. And this results in almost 10% leaving the company. So create an environment that supports these employees so that they do feel supported and have the resources they need to get through this crazy system that we have here in the United States so that they can get through that in a kinder and gentler manner. The second reason that they leave is they can't find affordable housing near the office. Now, one of the things that we talk about is that we help them get more than 20% of more buying power by using what's called a CDLP, a certified divorce lending professional. They can actually sit with a family law attorney and help them craft a settlement statement that gives their client more buying power when it comes to finding housing and support. So the third reason is they can't find affordable childcare easily. Divorce is a huge reason why single mothers end up in poverty. Almost half of American families experience poverty following a divorce, and 75% of all women who apply for welfare benefits do so because of a disrupted marriage or a disruptive relationship in which they live with a male outside of a marriage. So have understanding that puts them in a financial really big disadvantage. They need help and support in childcare. So that's why sometimes you'll find that they move back with mom, right? They'll move back in with a family, a support system that can help them with their children. If you help them with their children, you will keep that employee. So remember that the UK study also found that employees of a small and medium-sized business are 4 times, if you have a smaller medium-sized businesses, they are 4 times more likely to leave a company within a year of their divorce than those working in a large company that have better access to healthcare and well-being benefits. And so that's what we're here to talk about today, is how we can help your employees find those resources that you offer so that you can retain excellent talent. So now I'm going to turn this over to Gail, who's going to take you through our divorce rights solutions. Gail.
Thanks, Vicki. So hopefully Vicki just convinced you that there is indeed a problem with divorce in the workplace. With the people on here, you heard the statistics of how many people get divorced. So there's a chance that some of you have been through the process. As you listen to these solutions I'm about to go through, think about how your life would have been affected if you had had this support at work while you were going through your divorce. So we've got 3 solutions for the problem of divorce in the workplace. They're called Manage Right, Plan Right, and Resolve Right. So first is Manage Right. This is a divorce awareness and sensitivity training program. It's designed to teach HR professionals, managers, leaders, anyone with direct reports, how to assist and manage the employees going through divorce. It's a self-paced training. It provides knowledge and action steps to help mitigate negative effects of divorce in the workplace. And most importantly, we teach you how to intervene early with readily available resources that we provide. In this training, we cover topics like religious divorce and divorce involving high conflict or coercive partners. We have attorneys speaking about the many different ways to divorce, or how finances are impacted. We teach about LGBTQ plus issues in divorce, parental alienation. We even have coaches that speak Spanish, Chinese, Farsi, Indian dialects. I think you're getting the point here. We even have a Jewish rabbi who's one of our coaches. So our network is very extensive, just like the American population. This training is 23 modules that will give your clients an overall understanding of some of the matters going on behind the scenes that may not be visible at work, but definitely are having a huge impact on the employee's ability to show up and work at full capacity. The goal of this training is to create empathy and awareness around what a divorcing employee may be going through. And then that makes them feel heard, less alienated. In the long run, it's going to make them a more loyal employee. Once a team has gone through this training, they'll be able to better recognize the signs of someone going through a divorce. They'll have a better idea of what the employee is going through, both at work and behind the scenes, and they'll be able to intervene early, offering support and assistance to their employee. We also include a template for a family transition leave policy that can be customized to support your divorcing employees. Next, we have Plan Right, which is a blueprint to getting a better divorce. Divorce is one of the biggest disruptors in a person's life, but nobody teaches you how to get divorced until now. Until now, you've been expected to figure out as you go or hire expensive professionals to force you through this process. Even your well-meaning friends that try to offer advice really only offer up their nightmare stories rather than actual help. This is where Plan Right comes in. This is the solution. This masterclass helps you keep your head on straight. And it does that by walking you through the critical decisions you need to make and helps you discern when you need outside help, like a divorce coach, a mediator, a financial analyst, or the right family law attorney at the right time. Plan Right is a downloadable book and workbook and an interactive and easy to use video guide. It's 48 modules and more than 10 hours of training that guide you through all the twists and turns of divorce. It includes an option to upgrade to participate in 3 months of weekly Zoom group coaching calls where you can call and talk to a coach and get your needs addressed. Talk about your issues, maybe learn from some other people going through the same process. And that's part of this program too. No divorces are the same. This blueprint helps employees develop a roadmap specific to their unique situation. It provides a guide of how to navigate each stage of divorce. With most of the guesswork taken out of divorce, an employee will be able to focus on their family, their work, and themselves. Third, we have Resolve Right, which is a 6-week jumpstart coaching program. This is live one on one divorce coaching for employees who need or want individualized one on one attention. One of our hand selected divorce coaches will work alongside the employee to help them get the best results possible. Resolve Right consists of 6 1-hour divorce coaching sessions by Zoom with extra support from your coach by text and email. We have a huge directory of divorce professionals ready to help. Depending on what kind of personalized intervention they need, we'll match them with the appropriate expert or sometimes multiple experts. Resolve Right provides an employee with a thinking partner, offering guidance and direction so they can make decisions that work for their family. It's highly personalized, it's confidential, and it's tailored to each employee. By the time an employee has finished these sessions, they may already have a financial strategy in place, a basic structure for a parenting plan. They'll know whether their case can use a mediator or other manner to get divorced rather than a costly attorney. This saves them so much time and money over the typical process. This slide shows the beautiful faces of a few of our coaches and trainers who are experts in high conflict divorce, personality disorders, finances, special needs children, mental health, religious divorces, cultural experts. You see where this is going. So much more. Some of our coaches are former attorneys, financial advisors, mental health counselors. Many are mediators, and some are even former judges. So we really know each twist and turn of divorce. We know each step of divorce. We can confer with each other to help a client go through this so they can get the best information possible to make their decisions. Our coaches steer your employees away from the landmines of divorce, keeping them on course. It saves them time, money, and heartache. Our success can be measured in that we generally save an average of, get this, $45,000 to $65,000 per person and up to 22 months of time versus a fully litigated case. So your lawyer provides legal advice, your financial advisor provides financial advice, and your counselor provides therapy. They operate in silos. But our coaches have the unique ability to know the entire divorce process from multiple perspectives. They know the decisions that need to be made at each stage, and they guide you through with an all-encompassing view of the process. An example of this would be a family with special needs children. If their settlement statement isn't drafted correctly, they could possibly lose all federal benefits for their children. Another example is knowing how to draft settlement statements using terms that could be the difference of whether your employee can qualify for a mortgage or not, which Vicki mentioned earlier. The inability to find adequate and affordable housing near work is one of the main reasons people leave jobs during and after divorce. And I did notice, Vicki, that Michael Kosman is watching today, and he's a certified divorce real estate expert. So these are the kinds of experts that we like to have on our team so that when our clients are going through a divorce, they've got somebody, a lending professional to help them, a real estate expert to help them, people that understand how divorce is affecting each decision that they're making. The American Bar Association is the most prominent organization in the U.S. that sets guidelines for the legal profession. And we're excited that the ABA has recognized divorce coaching as a valuable tool in ending a marriage. They say divorce coaching is a flexible, goal-oriented process to support, motivate, and guide people through their divorce to help them make the best possible decisions for their future based on their particular interest, needs, and concerns. And that is exactly what Resolve Right does. Right now, it's typical for employers to have EAP programs that may offer discounted legal services or mental health counseling, but these aren't targeted solutions for divorce. Legal services are actually part of the problem, and the counselors don't understand the divorce process. They can't support them outside of counseling. Divorce isn't a legal crisis, and it isn't a mental health crisis. I think you can see now that it's an all-encompassing life crisis. And this is the first time that divorce is being openly addressed in the workplace. This is the first time that there's a solution to come alongside your employees and help them. This is the first time that your employees have a resource where they can go so they can make better decisions, stay out of the brain fog, stay focused, and keep being productive both at work and at home. We have solutions for both the employer and the employee, and we're an ally for both. So we would love to talk to any of you more about our services. So together we can help the most people possible. We can help companies be more empathetic with their employees and save millions of dollars. And most importantly, help employees stay healthy and productive at home and in the workplace. So we're glad you joined us today. Do we have some time for questions, Vicki?
Well, I tell you what, let's put up, I'm going to stop sharing our screen real quickly here, and I'm going to try and get us back over here. And what I'd love to do, first of all, I'm going to post the link in our chat for those. Oh, hi, everybody. Oh, gosh, I see. Hi, Michael. I'm going to put the link for those that are members of SHRM that are watching this so that you can get your SHRM credits. And I'm also going to post our email addresses so that you can reach out to us at any time to make sure that, if you want us to come in and have a quick call about what we can do to support, your employees as they move through this all-encompassing, life crisis. We're here to help. So please reach out to us. I'm going to put Gail's email address in here right now. She's Gail at Divorce Right Inc. And I am Vicki, and I'm Vicki with a Y at divorcerightinc.com. And we would love the opportunity to share our knowledge, our wisdom around this process, and where we can go, what we can do to help you help your employees through one of the most difficult things in their lives. It's a crazy labyrinthine system, and nobody knows how to do it until you're in the middle of it all. And we want to help your employees stay focused, give them some time to take a breath, because so much of why they don't show up to work as a productive employee is because they are just crazy worried. They don't know what's going to happen next. We give them that peace and comfort and understanding that there is going to be a plan in place that they can follow, that they know what's going to happen with them financially, legally, with their children. They have answers to all of that. So guess what? They can show up at work and not have to worry about it. They can show up at work as a valuable and productive member of your company. So please let us have that 15-minute call with you. Speak to either one of us, Vicki at divorcerightinc.com or Gail at divorcerightinc.com. And we are happy to let you see the back end. We'll let you see, exactly what we do and how we can support you and your employees as you move through this process. So Gail, thank you so much for doing this with me today. I feel like you nailed it. And despite having a little bit of technology problems, we are on our way. We do this every Thursday. We try and come on here on LinkedIn Lives and on our podcast to give HR professionals a peek into some of the issues facing your employees as they move through divorce. So I at the beginning, I showed you how a company with 10,000 employees can lose as much as $10 million a year in lost productivity and hiring costs around the divorce process. Do that math. It's $1,000 per employee per year. It's not an insignificant amount of money. Let us help you protect your bottom line and protect your employees from leaving. We've got the answers, and we look forward to helping you all. And we will see you all next Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Today we've got a late start, but I'm grateful that you all are here with us today, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Gail, thank you so much, and we will see you next time. Bye. Thanks, for now.